sure those airlock doors are secure. Yeah, we don't want to revisit movie night or anything like that.
Welcome back to Podcast Night on Gargantua-1, and it is time for Episode 2, Careers in Science. This episode first aired August 14th, 2004. It was directed by Jackson Public, and this is Doc Hammer's first episode that he wrote.
My name is Colin, and I'm here because I was promised a career in science if I showed up.
Oh yeah, I forgot we have to introduce ourselves. I'm Grimmia, and that's Colin.
Who was promised a career in science if he showed up.
Well, we're on a space station, so... We're on the space station. We finally got to see our space station.
Yeah, I was wondering what that urine smell was this whole time, and now...
Makes a lot of
sense. I know!
Yeah.
It's pretty disappointing, not gonna lie. No, I loved the episode. I thought it was... Like, I think it was the best so far. I mean, yeah, I've only seen 3. But I just thought, like... Plotting wise, like for the idea of the episode was really tight. The humor was really tight. The boys were nice and just stupid. Those poor, sweet, simple Venture brothers. You know, Rusty was at his nice, jerkish self.
That's like peak.
Brock, yeah, he was at his peak, and Brock hooked up with a woman again. Does he do that every episode? Does he get laid every episode?
Probably, honestly.
Like, or if not every episode, it's like, oh, disposable female character? Let's go.
Last episode, in the intro for Dio de los Dangerous, you said he didn't use his dick as a weapon. And then
he did today!
Yeah, this one he did.
The scene where he's hooking up with Anna was her name, I believe?
Lieutenant Baldovich, yeah. I think
yeah, the Russian lady who was apparently ridiculously ugly. With a killer body. That scene where they were hooking up and the boys are watching, cheering him on because they think he's fighting the Space Phantom. That was quite possibly one of the funniest things I've seen on television in a long time. That was so funny because the boys are so, like, 1930s pilled that they could not comprehend
didn't even
Brock's
know what
having
was going
sex. Rusty has not given them the talk.
I don't think Rusty ever gives them the talk.
I don't think Rusty has had the talk. I don't think Jonas gave Rusty the talk.
Jonas definitely knew.
Jonas never had the talk. He just knew intrinsically. He was just like, yeah, I know what this is about.
I said this was Doc Hammer's first episode written for the series and also in general. In the art book with Ken Plume, he said he had never really written an episode or a script at all. So he didn't outline anything. He just went for it. He didn't think about it from, like, a writing perspective. He said it felt like he was doing his friend a favor or doing homework for his friend kind of thing.
Interesting. That's so strange.
Script writing 101, you start with your episode title, and then your log line, which is, like, the small paragraph synopsis. This one would probably be, like, the Venture family goes to space to fix a space station. Something like that.
Right.
And then you do your treatment, which is the entire episode synopsis, and from there you can do your plot outline with character beats, which are the little steps that progress the episode. And then you storyboard. And it sounds like he just went for writing Rusty's line, cut to Brock, cut to Baldovich removing helmet.
Yeah, he just, like, started at the beginning and just let his brain unload in the general direction of an episode and was like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah. Baldovich's face, never revealed to us, and it was also never designed by them.
They just knew they wanted her to be, like, unfathomably hideous.
We don't know. We'll never know, because she doesn't have a designed face.
Yeah, like, I guess that's something like they knew it's like, no, she's unfathomably hideous, but we're never gonna design it. We just want them to think about it. That's it. That's what we know.
I like the retro 60s feel of the whole thing. It's like a Buck Rogers episode.
Oh, 100%.
With the classic
clearly
orange,
by design.
Yeah, the classic orange spacesuits, the giant technology, the fucking problem light.
The Russian lady on a space station, like that's part of it. I feel like it felt very old serial, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't give you a specific error code. It's just a light that's on.
Oh no, there's a problem we have to fix. Like,
and it's
look, hey, is that a check engine light or is that an oil change? Like, come on, there's
just one light.
There's a difference.
There's something
a
wrong.
light. And it's like the space station's enormous. Like, it could be on for like, oh, there's a toilet clogged, problem.
Nobody know. Well, we do know it was melted plastic, but
yeah, but like if our problem light on our space station went on, we wouldn't know.
No, because it's just one light and it just blinks.
Sometimes it goes on for my emotional problems.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. It shouldn't do that.
Am I part of the ship?
Don't think about the cables coming out of you. It's fine.
Where did these come from?
It's fine. It's just part of the hive mind connections.
What?
What? I think Bud Manstrong is the only person who still idolizes the Ventures, but specifically Rusty.
Right, like he at no point did he become like totally aware that Rusty's an idiot.
Never. I don't know how long he's been in space a while.
Minimum 6 years,
but
because him and Lieutenant have been there together for 6 years, only holding hands and kissing on the cheek.
But he never, in any point... Oh yeah, the son of the late, great Jonas Venture. He can fix my space station. Obviously.
Yeah.
He's just the same as his dad.
No, he is not. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, the Boy Scout is wrong, and Rusty's an idiot.
Yeah. Rusty's whole, like, dream encounter with his father was... something.
Oh yeah, with his fucking barbiturates. We don't know what those diet pills are. My guess is amphetamines and barbiturates, like the Judy Garland pep pills she would have to take.
Right, okay. I was just assuming, yeah, like just like a form of drug. Maybe Adderall or something.
Yeah, amphetamines.
What I found amusing is that during his hallucination of his father, Jonas's outfit kept changing to like different eras.
Yeah.
Of Jonas, he was like, oh, he was like a muscled adventurer in like a ripped, tattered safari outfit. He was like in a suit at one point, I think. Like it just kind of, it was all over the place.
Yeah, he's in a tuxedo wetsuit.
Yeah.
Snorkel Jonas. That's actually the reference I didn't get until now. Which is weird, because I've seen every James Bond movie before. But it could be a reference to Goldfinger. Sean Connery rolls up in a tuxedo underneath his wetsuit in the very beginning of the movie. And Jonas Venture does have that James Bond vibe.
He does. Also, just like me, baffled that someone as, let's be real, hot as Jonas created an ugly little thing like Rusty.
You can't win them all.
Like, was Rusty's mom the lieutenant?
Is that
where he got his looks?
I'm sure we've all done those Punnett squares where you'd match the jeans.
We have.
So
yes.
I think Rusty just got the short end of the jean stick.
He got the short end of the Punnett square. That's unfortunate. Like, yeah, ripped to him, I guess. Must look like his mom.
Maybe.
No, I like how, and I don't know how to phrase this. The boys think they're in an adventure serial.
They're in their own fucking Scooby-Doo show with a Phantom Spaceman.
Like Phantom Spaceman, and that's their thing. Everything that happens to them over the next 30 minutes is because of the Phantom Spaceman.
Yes.
Tell them you can't tell them otherwise. Oh no, the Phantom Spaceman got dead. Oh boy, Brock locked his door. Phantom Spaceman! Like,
how did he get in there?
I do think, though, Hank realized at the end what was actually going on.
I don't think
you could see it on his face.
I don't think Hank realized anything.
No, because like Dean's like looking off into space, but Hank's like looking in the window of Brock's room and gets this like look on his face. I think he realized what was happening.
That's not a Phantom Spaceman. That's Lieutenant Baldovich.
Well, it's like because they both thought it was Lieutenant Baldovich, but I think he realized what Brock and Lieutenant Baldovich were doing. I also like how at the end he just like out of nowhere calls his brother Bookworm and they start beating each other up. Like, it's not like out of nowhere, but the use of the insult Bookworm is out of nowhere.
It's such a terrible insult being called Bookworm.
Like, I'll show you, Bookworm. Like, what? You're both equally wormy. Shut up.
Hank's more of a street worm, except he has like no street smart skills.
They're just both worms of varying locations. Rusty's a piss worm. He pissed his pants. We didn't talk about that yet.
Well, he thought
that was hilarious.
The spacesuits had bathrooms in them.
He's just like, the miracle of space travel. It's in my waste storage pouch, and everyone's just staring at him in shock. And then it goes to black, and just him. These things do have a waste pouch, right?
How did it travel up the suit too?
Oh no! Into his fingers.
He only turned off gravity once. Like, before then, it was going up the suit. How much pee was in his suit?
Okay. What are the odds that after he realized there wasn't a waste pouch, he said "fuck it" and kept peeing?
Very high, honestly. knowing him, very high.
Just kept going, kept rehydrating and letting it out until eventually, by the time he got to change, he's in a suit full of it, and that's because it spilled out at the end.
It dripped out, yeah.
Like that shouldn't happen if you just pissed your pants, okay? He was swimming in it at the end. I believe this.
Our careers in science is also the first reference of movie night, and obviously Gargantua-1, which is where our namesake comes from.
That freaked me out.
Both of this is semi-recurring, although I think it largely was forgotten until later when it became plot relevant. I'm guessing that Public and Hammer were like, we should tie this in somehow.
Yeah, no, like that's just like crazy.
I didn't know for the longest time that Sharky's Machine is a real movie.
What?
It's starring Burt Reynolds.
Okay, so we have to watch that and review that as well, right?
A special episode.
Yeah. That's hilarious. No, like the movie night thing was just crazy. Budman Strong. I thought he was going to go crazy and host his own movie night.
He was at the original movie night.
Oh yeah, no, he said he was a boy at the time. I love how when Brock is about to suffer the movie night fate, by sheer force of will, he does not. Like, just pulls himself back in. Like,
shoots the frozen blood out of his nose.
Yeah. Grabs his cigarette as it flies away and puts it back in his mouth. Like, oh my gosh. Like, Brock Samson's insane. He can do anything. I love him.
Very strong.
No, but yeah. This was a really, like, I don't have a ton of like, oh wow, like I noticed this, that, and the other thing. I just thought this was a really fun episode. The plot was, pretty simple. It was great, and I really enjoyed it.
I think Hammer's lack of experience in script writing really helped come up with a good, solid one.
Yeah, like you saying that Hammer didn't kind of wrote it that way, I was like, you know what, that kind of makes sense. Because it didn't feel really tightly or intricately plotted. It just felt sort of like a dude writing a little short story. And I was like, nice.
Definitely top 5 episodes, so this might be a top 5 joke. Where the boys are going on again, off again, on again, off again. That's called Blinking Boys. It's so funny.
That was hilarious.
So simple.
I think, yeah, my favorite joke this episode was when they mistook Brock having sex for Brock fighting, and then during that, the funniest part was, why is he using his, well, he needs both his hands free for something. That's what I'm just like, they don't know anything. He needs both his hands free for something. Though so far, nothing has yet to beat the joke from the pilot. Mama Venture didn't raise no fool. We don't have a mom. And just a pause.
Just a good, solid pause.
That is timed so well, is so sad, and then is immediately moved on from. That's art to me. That was artistic. I loved it. But no, I'm really enjoying the show so far. I'm not sure where it's gonna go, but I am enjoying it a lot.
The fall, the declination of the space station also is kind of like a whole decline of the Ventures as well. Because the space station houses 9,000 employees. And now it's just two.
It's being run by two
people. Like, it was in, like, the intro reel from Venture Industries, the recruitment reel. Like, you could come up here with your kids, because your kids can live up here, and they'll be educated, and there's, like, a little...
And have careers.
Yeah, there's gonna be a school. It'll be like its own Deep Space Nine. It'll probably be a robot teacher instead of a hot Asian lady.
And we won't have a hot terrorist.
That's just all of Deep Space Nine.
No, I was talking specifically about Kira. And we won't have a hot half parasite
I think you mean
lady.
Garrick.
I just want to, in the YouTube cut of this podcast, it to cut to a picture of Garrick where, like, sultry music.
Do I have sultry music?
Just like
YouTube exclusive.
Well, like that, like yeah. Oh, just like as it like zooms in on a picture of Garrick. No, the hottest there are two specifically very hot members of the DS9 crew. Benjamin Sisko, once he shaves his head, and Julian Bashir.
And Elam Garrick.
Fair, but like I'm specifically thinking about Julian Bashir.
This is the wrong podcast for that.
Join us next time for our new podcast, Simpin' Star Trek.
We talk about the hottest characters in Star Trek.
Simping for Starfleet. Simp Fleet Academy.
Trademark that.
That's the one. Right there. This is a great episode. I agree. Like, yeah, it's super weird that it's like, yeah, Jonas Venture was such a big deal. He got this space station put up. It was declared unofficially like the 9th wonder of the world. You know, everyone's hyped up about it. And now his son has taken over Venture Industries, and this is now operated by two people who are in a dysfunctional asexual relationship.
A very dysfunctional relationship.
Like, I'm pretty sure she kills him at the end.
He's stuck outside the station because he won't apologize to her.
Does he return in later episodes? Okay, so he's not dead. But like, yeah, that is, you make such a good point that is like such a huge decline of Venture Industries from like the Jonas time to the Rusty time.
Yeah, it's just basically what happened to Gargantua-1 is currently what Rusty's doing to Venture Industries.
Yeah. Are we going to learn more about that?
About what Rusty has done? Kind of.
Well, just like about how Venture Industries went from respected to what it is.
Not really. It just kind of happened. I think...
Interesting.
Jonas Sr., I think, died when when Rusty was in college.
Okay.
And then when he graduated college, he took over. And just kind of didn't really do anything.
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah, he mostly does. It's touched on in the pilot where the government wanted to buy the Ure, so he does like some government stuff. He doesn't really invent anything new. He just repurposes his dad's shit.
Okay, because one thing that I did wonder, and I don't know if it's like been confirmed for us or not. It's like, is Rusty smart at and just like too lazy to do anything? Or is he just stupid?
I would go for burnout.
So
like
he
has
smart, the potential,
and he has the potential, but he has all of that trauma from growing up,
right?
And now, oh, your dad's dead, so you got to live in his shoes. Like, come on. That's why Jonas, I think, is so big in his hallucination. It's because Rusty feels so inferior to him.
Right, and because once Jonas died, it wasn't like, oh man, Rusty, I'm sorry, your dad's gone, like, whatever. It's like, oh, well, now that your dad's gone, you're gonna be him.
Yeah.
Right?
Some chop, and get on with this.
Like, he was never, like, permitted to be just Rusty. He was like, oh, well, you're Jonas now, in our eyes. And he's like, I didn't want to be that.
So most of his stuff is just repurposed.
Interesting.
He does invent some things which are like whole episodes about him.
Well, did he invent Helper, like the robot?
It was created by Jonas.
Okay, well,
I don't know when we learn about that, but
maybe it's just something we were meant to assume.
Humanoid electronic lab partner robot.
Interesting. Human electric.
The
Wow.
extra E is for aesthetic purposes.
Well, with that, my problem light is on. My personal one, so I have to go now.
And before we leave, I have a announcement. If you are in the Grand Rapids, Michigan area, the Grand Rapids Comic-Con is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I will be at the Saturday one, November 4th, and I'm going to be doing a Venture Brothers panel at 7 p.m. in Grand Gallery Outlook E, and we're going to be talking about, well, the Venture Brothers, basically. Maybe we'll figure out who Scare Bear is. We got 6 seasons before Colin even gets to meet Scare Bear. We'll do some trivia, because I have some prizes. They're cute little stickers. I'm going to be talking about the podcast and shilling myself. So that's exciting.
Hey, Grimmia.
Yeah.
My problem light is off. Oh, it's on again. It's off.
Are you blinking?
It's on. It's off. Yeah!
We're going to go reset the problem light. And we will see you next time for some home insecurity.